Hello children, myself Divya Sharma from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. Today we will be continuing with chapter number 1. So you have to take out your books, Getting Ahead in Social Studies, page number 2, chapter number 1, the Earth in the Universe. You have to take out chapter number 1, page number 2, the Earth in the Universe. We will be continuing with the remaining topics. Now today part 2 we will cover the sun in the solar system, the planets and the moon. Okay, so let's start. Children, before continuing with the remaining topics, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned in the previous video, that is part 1. I told you about the universe, which is a vast expanse of space. We learnt about stars. These are huge hot ball of burning gases. We learnt about constellations, the different patterns which are formed by the group of stars. These are called constellations, and some of the major constellations we learnt about: Leo, Ursa Major and Orion. So these were the topics which were covered in the part 1 video. Now let's move ahead with the remaining topics. Now open page number 2, topic the sun and the solar system. The sun is a star. It is a huge ball of very hot gases. You can underline it in your books as well, children. Sun is a star. You can see sun is a star which is a very huge ball which has very hot gases, okay, and it gives us its own heat and light. Now the earth gets its light and heat from the sun. Earth, the planet on which we live, it gets light and heat from the sun. Without the sun there would be no life on Earth. If the sun would not have been there, the life won't be possible on the planet Earth. The sun has 8 planets circling it. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. You can underline this as well, that sun has 8 planets. The sun and the planets together form the solar system. Now see, this is the sun, okay, and these are the 8 planets. First is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, this is Mars, then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Pluto, which was considered as the 9th planet, now it is no more considered, because Pluto was considered as the 9th planet of the solar system. However, due to its size, which is even smaller than moons, it is now called the dwarf planet or Plutoid. Now Pluto is no more considered as the 9th planet. It does not consist of the solar system because its size is very small, even smaller than moons. Okay, now we learn about planets. Okay, planets, take out page number 3. Planets are heavenly bodies that travel around a star. Okay, we learned in the previous topic that universe consists of heavenly bodies, which also includes planets. So planets are heavenly bodies that travel around a star and they are usually round in shape. See, this is the sun, which is also called a star, and planets move around this star, okay, and they have a fixed path that is called its orbit. Okay, now some of them are made of rocks while some are made of gases. Now these planets, some planets are made of rocks and some are made of some gases. Planets do not have heat or light of their own, but these planets, they do not have their own heat and light. They get their heat and light from the star they move around, and the star they move around is your sun. So they receive a heat and light from the sun. Unlike the stars, planets do not twinkle when seen from the earth. They shine with a steady light. Now like the stars twinkle at night, but the planets do not twinkle. They shine with a very steady light, which is again reflected from the light which they receive from the star they move around. Okay, now next topic is your moon. You can see in the picture The moon. The moon is the brightest object in the sky at night. When you look up at the night sky, you also see moon, which is also one of the brightest object in the sky. It is our nearest neighbor in the space. As you all are aware that Earth's natural satellite is moon. The moon is a ball of rock that travels around the Earth. It has no light of its own and reflects the light of the sun. Now, you are able to see moon in the night sky, which is reflecting the light of the sun. Moon also does not have its own light. It is much smaller than the sun, but it appears to be of the same size because it is much closer to the earth than the sun. Why does the moon appears to be of same size? Because it is very close to the earth. Otherwise, it is smaller than the sun. See, this is the moon. The moon is the Earth's only natural satellite and it is one of the brightest object after the sun. Moon is the another brightest object after sun, and as you have learned that sun is a big hot ball of gas, then after sun it is the moon. Next topic is Earth. Take out page number 4. The Earth is the third planet from the sun. As you have seen through the picture, the diagram of solar system, Earth is the third planet. It is the only known planet to have life, and Earth is the only planet where life exists because it has proper amount of air, water and sunlight. The surface of the Earth is made up of land and water. You will read more about the earth in the next lesson. Now you will learn about earth in more detail in the next chapter, which will be covering. Okay, so this was the complete chapter, children. The remaining topics which I have discussed today, read those topics again, and if you haven't completed your book work, also complete your book work. Now I'll move ahead with the copy work. Now let's start with the copy work of the chapter. First you will draw margins, okay, red margins you will draw, then you will write down chapter 1, underline the earth in the universe, you will write down the heading of the chapter, underline it. Now let's start. Then you will give the heading define, again underline it. First, planets, underline heavenly bodies that travel around the star. So planets, as we learnt that these are the heavenly bodies which travel around the star, that is sun. Constellations. Now the second define is constellation, you will underline, okay, group of stars that appear to make patterns in the night sky. Now as you have learned constellation, these are the group of stars which make certain patterns, okay, and these are called constellation. Then give the heading in the next line, answer the following. Then you have to underline this as well. You have to underline all the important headings. Now your first question is, what are stars? Answer, stars are huge balls of hot burning gases. They give out heat and light. As we learned that when you look up at the night sky, you see some twinkling objects. These are nothing but stars, and these are very huge ball of hot burning gases, and they give out heat and light. Question number 2. Name a few constellations. Answer, first Leo, which is the lion. B, the great bear, which is also called the Saptarishi. C, Orion, the hunter. So these are few constellations. Question number 3. What is the solar system? Answer, the sun and the 8 planets together form the solar system. Okay, sun and the planets which revolve around it, they consist of the solar system, and we have 8 planets. Question number 4. Name the planets. First, Mercury, second, Venus, third, Earth, fourth, Mars, fifth, Jupiter, sixth, Saturn, seventh, Uranus, and the eighth is Neptune. So we have 8 planets in the solar system. This was all about your copy work, children. Do it very beautifully and also complete your book work if you haven't completed yet, and give a read to the complete chapter again. Thank you.